What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down some of Antonio Brown's off-season route running. We're going to talk about some of these routes and how it can give you guys some value, how you can improve your technique when you're running some of these double move routes and some of the more advanced techniques behind route running. Let's get started. Guys, if you're a receiver and you want to get faster and you want to be a little bit more explosive, check out that link in the description that says 28-day speed workout plan. It's a full 28-day plan where we give you about 8 to 10 exercises a day, all designed to get you faster. Hope to get you guys on that soon. Let's get started. So the first route we're going to be talking about is this out route here with a fake throw by and then take this thing back. So let's watch this thing full speed. So he's coming off here. He's going to break to the inside. 1, 2, 3. Try to sell like he's doing this fake throw by, like he's just going to be running a dig, right? So now how this is set up, fellas, is that it's set up by, you come out one time, you take this hard outside release, whether he's in press, whether he's off like this, an off man, whatever it is, whether he's in a catch technique, and you throw him by, you swat him by, and you take the inside on a dig, right? Have you seen guys do this on like a hitch before? They throw by, they sell the hitch, and then what they do is that they swap by, give him a quick jab to that blind spot, and then get back underneath, right? Or get back outside, I mean. So that's what he's going to be selling here. So you see he comes off the line immediately with this pad level to the outside. Outside release, because number one always is that we got to sell vertical. That's what we got to do in every single situation for point A to point B, whether it's a slant, whether it's a 5-yard hitch, you got to be able to push vertical and you got to be able to sell vertical. So when he's here, right, he kind of gives his pressure step, breaks off of this outside leg. Like he's just doing this big boy cut right here, coming right back to the inside, heavy stick, get back underneath. Now, when he swats him by here, you see he's working to get to this blind spot. This is a blind spot where the DB is not, right? Now, this is where this DB is going to have to go all by feel, and he's going to want to speed turn out of there. So if he could feel my pad level 1, 2, 3, right? So you see how he's here? He sticks with the left, right in that blind spot. And if this DB, AB, really does a good job of getting all the way to this blind spot here, if he can really feel you that we're over here, it's going to force him to speed turn and overreact, right? What a lot of guys won't do on this, or where a lot of guys mess up, is they'll be here, and they'll take like 3 choppy steps right here, and they don't actually get to that blind spot. That DB can still feel him on that left hip, or that outside hip, that hip closest to the sideline. If he can still feel you there, he's not going to turn, right? But if I actually work to get to this blind spot, I break, I go 1, 2, 3, and I'm here, and I really bring my whole body there. It's going to really force this DB to speed turn. Now he's able to rip his head around, pump those arms, and accelerate off this break. This is a great rider by Antonio Brown. Great job. Let's watch this again, full speed. Regardless of what you think about this guy, you can't deny he's a great route runner, and this is something that we can all learn from. Let's watch it again, full speed. So he's coming off here, break to the inside, 1, 2, 3. Swat him by, doesn't know where we're at. We got to make sure we let him feel us in his blind spot, okay? He's going off a feeling. When you get to that blind spot, he wants to speed turn. Let him feel my pad level so I can shoot it back out, and I force his hips to stay to the inside so I create space. Now we're going to be looking at this deep post corner here, right? Now, route real popular on social media. Everybody was talking about this thing. And again, the critique is always, oh, he's not going to have that much time downfield, right? But you got to work different situations and one-on-ones, right? It's not always going to be cover 0. Quarterbacks got to get the ball out in 2 seconds. That's not always what it is. Maybe it's a 2-man look, right? Maybe it's off of play action, right? You don't know what the play is off of, but you still got to work these situations because you may be thrown into everything, right? And then everybody just assumes because it's man coverage across the board, right? There's sometimes looks where it's a zone coverage look throughout the whole field, but they want to man up. They want to try to double team AB. They want to man up with him because he's the best receiver on the field, and that's something that he got a lot of when he was in Pittsburgh, with his time with the Steelers. So you got to be able to work these different situations. Now, I'm not saying make 100 different moves on a route. That's not what I'm saying, and AB doesn't do that here. It's just the critique is always, oh, it takes too long, this and that, right? But there are different situations that you got to work in one-on-ones. It's situational. These guys are professionals. You don't think they're just running. It's not like those camp series that you see all these clowns do where they make 85 different moves and it's all for the freaking highlight tape. It's about working the situations in a game speed, game realistic type like rep, and then applying that to the field. That's what they're trying to get out of this. So let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's here. He's going to be breaking on this post, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he rips his arms to get back on this 45. Ball's a little underthrown. Good job by AB making a play. DB had a pretty good job recovering on this thing, right? I'm sure this DB got a lot better going against Antonio Brown. I'm sure Antonio Brown got a lot better going against this DB. That's what it's all about. So you see he comes here, gives him this little hesitation to the inside, then takes this outside release, right? So when I go inside release on a post corner, there are a couple different things you could do here, right? You could swat him by and cut underneath and then try to cut it right back under him. Or if we got speed like AB does and we know we're a little bit quicker than this DB, I could try to break this thing over the top and really sell it with my eyes, hips to get him maybe a little bit greedy, maybe looking back for that ball. And that's what AB decides to do. He gets some separation to the outside. He breaks here. 1, you see. Eyes go to the middle. Now, the thing about this DB is eyes are a little high, right? Now, the thing we can understand as a receiver is just my eyes won't do it. That's what a lot of people think. They just got to glance back, and then that's going to get all the separation. You got to commit your hips and your shoulders because that's where that DB is going to be looking, right? So you can't just look with your eyes because your eyes, a DB knows, eyes will lie, shoulders will lie, hips will tell the truth, right? That's what they say. So if you commit your hips to the post and he's being disciplined and he's watching those hips, that's where he's going to commit to as well, and I'm going to be able to break this thing off. Now, this is not an easy break to do 25 yards, however deep this is downfield, because he's going 5 steps to this post and then going to break it back off to the corner, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he makes this sudden stick. That's the only way you could change direction while running full speed. The only way you change direction running full speed is by being sudden with your feet and being as violent as you possibly can with your hips, right? That's the only way you'll be able to get out of this break. So that's what he does here. Now, making this post corner break way down the field, you're more likely to round it off. And when you round it off, how you get back on that 45-degree angle track to head back to that corner of the end zone is you rip your arms across your body. You see how he's here? You want to take this right arm right here and try to like elbow somebody as if they were behind you. You see how he swings it around? And you want to take your left arm here and you want to swing it back across your body because that gets your hips turned and that will get you back on this angle with a 45. Same thing like if you're running a speed out and it's like a deep out and you're going off of a speed cut and you got a break and you feel yourself rounding, you really work to swing those arms back around and get back on that 90 degree. Same thing with like a dig. You break it off like you're doing a hard cut on a dig route like we were watching earlier that he's selling that fake throw by. Let's say he was actually running the dig and you want to get back 90, those arms being violent across your body, swinging that outside arm like you're trying to elbow somebody behind you is important to get your hips back on that 45. Now, this ball's out a little late, right? So if it's late, we still got to be able to bail my quarterback out. I want to make sure I go up with a strong grip, make sure I secure this thing, and I put that thing away. This is a great overall route here by AB. Let's watch it again full speed one more time. So coming off here, pushing vertical, breaking 5 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sudden stick, rip those arms, get back on that 45 to get back to the proper depth and location of the route. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at this kind of stop route here. Now, I think the main thing is that a lot of people put a big stress on And I've put stress on this before too, but it depends, right? It depends on what you're trying to get out of the route. Getting out of routes in less amount of steps rather than less time spent, rather than selling vertical, right? I will take somebody running vertical and then dropping on a dime and maybe taking 5 steps, than somebody running vertical, leaning back with their chest, slowing their feet down, and then you're out of it in 2 steps. Because you guys got to understand that a DB will feel your speed change. A DB will feel that you're popping your chest up and you're slowing everything down. Your arms are stopping. Your strides gets cut down a little bit shorter because you're cruising into the break. That's the problem with people when they get so focused on steps. They slow themselves down, right? It's a hard thing to do to be able to run full speed break and get out in 3 steps. And yes, you strive for that 100%. On curls, comebacks, stops, digs, whatever situation where you got to snap it down and you got to drop your hips and break down. You want to strive for that least amount of steps possible and least amount of time spent, and you want to be able to sell vertical and drop on a dime. That's the goal, right? But there are times where obviously it's not going to be everything's going to go your way in a route, right? But I would rather have you, let's watch this thing full speed. I'd rather have you run full speed, good pad level, drop your hips, and then I'm out of this thing, right? And that's what we're trying to focus on here. You got to be able to run full speed. I want to stand up and run. I want to be able to sell vertical, and then I want to use my hips right in stride. You see how he drops his hips and they're violent. He's here, hips are violent, brings his chin to his knee. I think he could maybe get a little bit lower on this, right? But it's still a great job selling vertical, and he's out of this thing, and what? He snaps down, so snap, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that 5th step could drive him out, and that 5th step can push him out so he could run those hands and get right back to that ball. This is a great job being able to stop on a dime by Antonio Brown. That's what you guys got to be able to do to be able to cut on a dime. You got to drop your hips as violent as possible because that's what will decelerate you. Let's watch it again one more time. So he's coming out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th outside step. You drop that hip as violent as you can, and let's accelerate off that break. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, guys, if you have any questions, please leave those in the comments. And if you want to be a faster receiver, you want a workout plan to help you get a lot more explosive, faster in the weight room, in the gym, check out that link in the description. I'll see you guys next time.